Man, I'm having a hard time tonight. I keep getting kicked off. I done got kicked off like two, three times. Having a real hard time. I don't know what the problem is. I got kicked off again. That time wasn't my fault. I don't know what the problem was. Something wrong with this damn machine. The damn computers, man. If, I don't even want to touch it. You know, if I touch it, it'd do something. I get comfortable with it and think that I know what I'm doing, and then next thing I know, the whole screen goes blank. You know, sorry about that. You know, I just switched to Windows 10. I got all this stuff across the top of the screen, and apparently, if I touch it, it takes me to that page. I don't even have to click it. I just touch it, and it'll take me to that page. So I have to keep my mouse away from the top of the screen. All righty. Well, we get everybody back. We'll finish up the auction, and if we don't, we'll just do the auction another night. What'd y'all think about that letter I read earlier? That was pretty amazing stuff, huh? I mean, the guy read that book and it changed him. Did you read it? Did it change you? I wrote it and it changed me. I'm writing another one and it's changing me. Oh, that stuff, man. You get to writing like that, it's heart wrenching. It's pulls all that stuff out of you, and you just find yourself writing what you feel, um, more than what you remember. And when you're writing what you feel, man, it just sounds so much better um, when you read it back. Um, because when you read it, it's like you're there, like you're sitting right there, hearing the story told to you in person, like you could feel it yourself. Um, it's got passion. You know, so I hope you pick up a copy and read it, um, and that it helps you like it helped Damon. Um, because Damon sure helped me with his letter that he wrote. Um, it was an amazing letter, it really was. Well, looks like I screwed that auction up good, so we'll just do it another night. And I I'm just gonna shut it down for tonight since it looks like I ran everybody off this time. So it's getting late anyhow. Uh, I don't know. What would you call it? Let me look. Well, you can see that influence of that granny blood in there. You know, he's got a pretty good stop, and You know, he's got a mix of my blood in there. You can see that influence of my blood in him. So, you know, he kind of got like a, like one of them frying pan heads with the medium sized muzzle on it and big round head. But you can definitely see that new granny blood in there. Oh, fucking clamp. I hear you. Top three conditioning tips: work your dogs at night. Best time to work a dog is early in the morning, like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. There ain't nobody around, nobody to bother you. It's quiet. That's number one. Number two, don't mess with no puppies. You're gonna work a dog, work a grown dog. You know, 2, 3 year old dogs. Don't mess with no puppies. Don't try nothing on your dog that you haven't used during the keep or that you haven't tried in a practice keep. In other words, I wouldn't condition a dog for a show if I hadn't already conditioned that dog completely. Most of the time, when I'm messing with my young dogs, and I've got another dog in keep, I'll take that young dog and shadow keep it. In other words, I've got one dog that's in a serious keep. I'll take that young dog and feed him the same thing or close to it and work him, say, like 2/3 of what I'm doing with the other dog. Run him on the mill, get him out and work him. So I already know before I condition the other dog what his habits are, what his problems are, what his strong points are. So number three would be, in most instances, whenever you condition a dog, try to have already worked him before you work him for a show. Those would be my top three, just off the top of my head. And then the bonus tip is make sure you condition the right dog. But this stuff of just taking a dog that you've never worked before and working him for a show. I mean, that's crazy. You should you should have always put some kind of keep on him before you put what what I call the big keep or the live keep or the real deal. You know, that dog should have been worked at least once before that. Well, I reckon I was gonna sign off, and the guys got me talking. You know, holy cow! You need to put those chickens away. Poor old chickens, stupid as hell. Can't they? Don't chickens fly? Can't they fly away? Aren't they like turkeys where they can fly like short distances? Get up in the coop. Does the pup eat them after it kills them? Yeah, I thought they could fly a little bit. I've never had chickens before. I don't like having them around my dogs. Uh, I'm gonna go get a soda. Yeah, I'll try not to touch anything and screw it up. Yeah, that must be bloodline specific because I'll tell you what, the males I get out of my stuff, I mean, they're wackadoodle here lately. I mean, my house dog, he thinks he's Hannibal Lecter, and his son is like having like miniature Godzilla out running loose. I mean, he's a terrific dog, but he is all bulldog. I mean, it's like, but now the three sisters in that litter, they're little babies. I mean, they're gentle as a house cat. But my males, his two uncles, same thing, real rambunctious. Man, this Coke Zero sugar tastes just like real Coca Cola. And it's got zero sugar in it. It's amazing. Well, when I'm working a dog on a slap mill, so I start out, I work them for a couple minutes, just 2-3 minutes, take them off, go walk them, then come back 2-3 minutes, go walk them 4 or 5 minutes, 10 minutes, come back 2-3 minutes, go walk them 5-10 minutes, put them on there 2-3 minutes, do it 4 times for just 2 or 3 minutes. That's it. After the fourth time, take them off, give them like a 20-30 minute rub down. Just put the dog on a table or put them in your lap or lay them on the couch or whatever you're going to do. Give them 30-minute rub down. Always give them a 30-minute rub down after you take them off the treadmill. Um, After that, go like that for a couple days, then raise it up to 5 minutes. Go like that for 3-4 days, then raise it up to 7-8 minutes. You may even be able to go to 10-minute workouts. and do that for about a week, 6 days. Like a whole week at 10 minutes, 4 10-minute workouts. The next week, go to 15 minutes. You just have to watch your dog, make sure they can take the load. You may have to cut down to 3 workouts. Don't go over 4. And what you're trying to do is at the end of it, you want to be at 3, you want to be at 4 30-minute workouts. And you want to be able to do 4 30-minute workouts. Now, you might get to that at 2 weeks out. You might be at 30 minutes, but your rest time between it to get recovered is, say, 15 minutes between the workouts. Well, as time goes on, that rest time starts to compress. So you may only be at 30 minutes still, but instead of taking 15 minutes to recover between those workouts, he's recovering in 5 minutes. So you run them 30 minutes, 5 minutes off, 30 minutes on, 5 minutes off, 30 minutes on, 5 minutes off, 30 minutes on, 30-minute rub down. That's what you're shooting for. And if you know what you're doing, that's where you'll end up. That's how you do it. Is that clear? Pretty clear. And you know what you're shooting for is when you're running them, you want that heartbeat to get up between 140 and 160 beats per minute. And a lot of people will put a heart monitor on their dog. There's all kinds of heart monitors you can get. They've got them now. You can attach them to their ear, and then the rest, you want their heart rate to return to normal, which is about 110 beats per minute. 110, 115. 120 is okay. So what you're looking for is for them the heart rate to return to near normal. Once it returns to near normal, then you can go back. That's the longest you want them on there. That's the longest I want them on there. But like I said, that time between those runs will compress. Where, say, at 2 weeks out, I'm running 430s with 20 minutes rest between each one of them, 15 minutes rest between each one of them. At the end of 2 weeks, I'm running 430s, but I'm only using like 5 minutes, 8 minutes rest between them. So I'm doing 430s in 2 hours and a half, where 2 weeks earlier I was doing 430s. It was taking me, you know, almost 4 hours to do them. It's all about that heart rate. Now, a trick that I learned is I could figure their heart rate out by watching their nose. Because, see, their heart rate's connected to their nostril. And if you learn, you can watch that nostril move and you can count that heart rate by watching that nostril. You can also feel their heart rate in a couple of places. You can feel it in their neck. You can feel their heart rate in their neck, but I do advise you getting a heart monitor. If you're not used to checking a dog's heart rate, get you a heart monitor, and so that you can track your dog's heart rate, and you'll get used to it. You'll get used to watching what a dog looks like when they're at 160. And you'll get used to what they look like when they're recovered. And you won't have to use that monitor after a few keeps. You could hang it on the wall. You could hang it on the wall. Oh man, it's all good. I mean, you need to have that information. But see, I'm actually running the dog, even though I'm only running them for 30 minutes. I'm actually running them for 2 hours. I'm just taking them off and letting them piss. You know, that's all I'm doing. It's just giving them a break. I mean, would you want to run more than 30 minutes? You got to remember that's dog time. 30 minutes is a long time to a dog. I mean, that's a couple hours to them. That's a long time. Be on treadmill. Um, that's, that's long enough. It's long enough. It's long enough. Now Jenny's different. Now Jenny, I'll leave him on a Jenny up to an hour. But you know, a Jenny is the same thing, just double it. Just everything's the same. You just double it and run them for an hour. So that Jenny is more like an art form. You really got to work on that track. Build that track up to where it's got a bank on it, so that the dog is almost running straight. Where they're running up on the side of the banking. The track is way more important than the Jenny itself. If you're running a dog on an electric mill, say a young dog, um, I'd run them long enough for them till they open their mouth, till they start to breathe. And once they start showing a little breathing, get them off of there. So if it's that's 5 minutes and they start to breathe, take them off. If it's 2 minutes or 10 minutes, just until they start to show a little either it's coming from anxiety or fatigue or whatever's causing it. But once they start to open that mouth and breathe a little bit, start taking some deep breaths, I'd get them off. But with an electric mill, as long as you're supervising the dog and the dog is enjoying the run, um, that's a great tool. I mean, it's comparative to hand walking, and put some good lighting over it. Make sure you got some excellent lighting over it. It does make a difference. Or have it by a window where you got good light. You know, um, don't have it stuffed in a dark corner. If you do, put some bright lights around it. You know, but y'all hit that like button. Hit the like button. Well, oh, I'll tell you, fellas, I'm getting a little tired. I've been doing it for a couple hours. I think it's about time for me to wrap it up. I think I've been doing it since about 8 o'clock, actually, about 3 hours. So I think I'm gonna call it quits for the night, and we'll try that Colby harness another night. Mig wanted it real bad anyhow, so I screwed that auction up good, and I think he won that. He won that one book. I need to put that over there. All righty. Well, okay, folks. I'm gonna call it quits. I'm gonna cur out. I'm gonna go to bed. I got a big day tomorrow. I got to get ready for my yard sale. I'm having a yard sale this week. I'm gonna try to sell some books and some junk up there at the top of the road. Take my dog up there and hang out. Oh yeah, man, no problem. Shit, all you gotta do is ask me the right question. I'll try to give you the right answer. Shit, I like doing it. It's fun. You know. All right, guys. Well, you take care of yourselves. Love on them bulldogs. You take care.